Just 30 seconds. Hi. Hello. It is really good to be here with you today. So, in the last 4 years, on my coffee origin travels, as a coffee buyer, I've met so many wonderful producers. And together, we share the ideas and experiments to help improve quality. Now, these experiences helped me realize that in order to serve even better coffees to my consumers, which is you today, I needed to do a lot more than just go to the farm and buy the best lots. So today, I want to go a little bit more in the depth of innovative farming and also new processing techniques that was achieved through my relationships. So guys, coffee I'm serving today is from Camilo Marisande from Colombia. And I've decided to work with Camilo because he's a very innovative and very open-minded producer. He's always looking to improve quality. Now, one thing that inspired me is his way of looking after irrigation and fertilizer system throughout his entire farm to make sure that these coffee trees have enough water and nutrients to produce fully developed cherries. And that's what's going to bring you beautiful, sparkling citric acidity in your espressos today. Next, he built this unique greenhouse system that protects coffee from UV rays, as he believes that using a common shade practices, coffee trees are still under the stress. And I guess he's right. On a hot, sunny day, even in the shade, you can get a sunburn. So we managed to get 4% more sugars in this system comparing with the lots in common shade. And that's what's going to give you more sweetness in your espresso today. So guys, in front of you have a booklets. And you'll see some information on Camilo and the farm. These booklets are for you to keep, so please take them with you after the performance. I'm going to start with the signature shots, but once again, welcome. Just using my distributing tool again today. So Camilo grows many exotic and rare varietals, and for you today I'm serving Sudan Rume for its vibrancy and stone fruit sweetness qualities. Sudan Rume is a wild hybrid from bourbon varietal, and it's discovered in western part in Sudan in a forest. I'm just going to cool down these espresso shots for signature drink, and we'll get back to this in a moment. But for now, can I please ask you to turn over to the next page of your booklet, page number 1. And you're gonna see that our processing is very unique. And that's because we call this process washed carbonic maceration. And I drew my inspiration from winemakers, and this allowed me, just like it did Camilo, to think completely outside of the box. I'm gonna show you how it works. So what we do, we take ripe cherries from a tree, and we place a coffee parchment in a stainless container. We've selected a stainless as opposed to traditional concrete or tiles, because this stainless is going to give you more clarity in espresso today. Now, next part is very exciting. We close the lid and we pressurize this container with carbon dioxide to make sure that there's no oxygen left. And this allows all of the flavors and aromatics produced by fermentation to stay here. So they are absorbed by a coffee parchment. And that's what's going to give you beautiful stone fruit sweetness qualities and really nice stone fruit flavors also. Finally, we move the container to indoor conditions where we can control humidity and the temperature. So how is this espresso going to taste today? Well, if you can please write it down. In your first sip, we're looking for vibrancy, sparkling citric acidity. In the second sip, plums and hint of apricots. And in the third sip, and my favorite one, medium weight, very silky and beautiful mouthfeel with stone fruit sweetness finish. You have some notes in front of you. I'm gonna start with the espressos. Thank you. So guys, for my espressos today, I've dosed 20 grams in and 40 grams out in order to get a best balance. And I really hope you're gonna be able to taste these amazing notes and hard work of myself and Camilo. Please enjoy it.
A round of applause for Sasa's Espressos.
So guys, when you're ready, if you can please turn over to the next page of your booklet. You're gonna see some tasting notes of our cappuccinos and also roast profile. These cappuccinos have some very unique flavor profiles and I cannot wait for you to taste them. And that's because I've blended 50% of washed carbonic maceration process with 50% of natural process in order to bring more fruits. I've also grounded this coffee a little bit coarser to highlight the beautiful raspberries. And milk I'm using is a Frisian. And this milk, when it's combined with my espresso, is gonna give you very creamy cappuccino with beautiful caramels and raspberry lollies or raspberry candies.
Bring me down, can't nothing bring me down. Your love is
Enjoy, Mel. Thank you. Alright, so Camilo started his shade system in order to get more sugars in a cherry. But when I was in Colombia with Camilo, what he explained me is that by slow drying his coffee in a shade also, we get intact parchment without any cracks. And this allows even more sugars to stay on the bean. There we go. Now, as you can see on your booklet today, on the right-hand side, while roasting Sudan Rumé, we developed it for approximately 22%. And we've done that with the reason to best caramelize sugars, but more importantly, not lose body and acidity. So enjoy that sweetness that we both worked so hard for. Thank you.
So a round of applause for Sasa's cappuccino set.
So, for my signature drink, now I have opportunity to improve this coffee even further without going back to the farm. So I'm going to highlight sweetness, texture and flavor by using techniques and also ingredients to give you a new experience from my espresso. Since my coffee fermentation is inspired from winemakers, I wanted to see other techniques they use, and what caught my interest is aging and maturation. So guys, what I've done is I've aged green beans Sudan Rumé in a French oak barrel for 4 weeks. If I can please ask you to open up these trays and have a smell. And just lean forward and have a smell. You're gonna get this beautiful malt aromatics on the nose. Once you finish, you can place them back. Great. I roasted that coffee the same way I roasted cappuccino and espresso. Then I cold brewed it using 1:5 ratio for 24 hours. So what I've noticed by roasting, aging, and also cold brewing Sudan Rumé, I've brought down fruity elements, but I've highlighted malts. And these malt notes are going to complement sweetness of the espresso you tasted earlier. Next, I'm just going to add a couple blocks of ice. There we go. And I made this ice by using soft water. And I've also chilled down these espressos in order to highlight apricots. That's something that Camilo and myself boosted by using washed carbonic maceration system. And finally, to bring this drink back to balance, out of all sugars I've tried, I'm gonna add this panela sugar, which is also from Colombia. So I'm just adding 6 milliliters. And to improve texture and creaminess, we're gonna put this entire drink through high RPM blender. Please have a look at the booklets in front, and I'll be with you shortly. So guys, I would like you to enjoy this drink in 2 sips. But please, in between first and second sip, have a pause of at least 30 seconds. In the first sip, it's all about texture. You're gonna get that beautiful creamy mouthfeel with hint of malt. In the second sip, I'd like you to look for apricots. And that's a hard work from Camilo and myself really paying off. I believe that relationship between a farmer and consumer plays new but very important role in specialty coffee chain. And And I, as a barista, want to work with Camilo because I want to serve you an amazing coffees. In behalf of Camilo and myself, please enjoy it. Thank you.
Congratulations, Sasa Sestic from Over Coffee. Sasha,
yes.
Wonderful performance.
Thank you very much.
Did you enjoy it?
I loved it.
You loved every
Yes,
minute?
absolutely.
I'm going to say, I have seen you do a lot of performances. You looked so happy doing that performance. You did.
It was a lot of fun today to do this.
Yeah.
And,
so what's different about this performance? You know, did something click going to Origin? Is it one of those cliches that came true that you saw it, you understood it, it resonated on a deeper level? What was it about? What you've done here today?
well, for the last 3 years, as you probably would know, I'm very involved in Origin.
Yep.
But today was different. Today I was myself. And I was on a stage and just sharing a story of connection between me and my producer.
Yep.
And it was wonderful. Sometimes when we go on a stage, we get nervous and we cannot really express our passion and our drive as much. And today was a pure joy to give a message to people what I believe and what sort of connection I have with the producer as well. So it was really good.
I think that's worthy of a round of applause, everybody. It was wonderful. You've got a few people that you want to say thank you to?
Well, I'm just waiting Jorge Lanza and Maria. They manage my farm called Finca Betty, and Betty is my wife next to them. So
Oh my God. Hey, you got a farm named after you. It's pretty good.
Well, I had to, when I bought a farm, I thought she might not be happy. So I said, if I call it Finca Betty, I might get away with it.
Easier to ask for forgiveness than for permission, let me tell you.
Yes.
It's a secret.
It worked well.
Yeah, it worked well.
It worked well. Yeah.
All right, so now washed carbonic maceration.
Yes.
So for people that don't get into their chemistry so much, when you just put it on the table, amongst a number of different processes, being say your pulp natural and say your natural, some of the more commonly known processes. How does a washed carbonic process?
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Stand out on
Thank
the
you,
table?
Bruno. Thank you. Thank you.
How do we know a washed carbonic process? Is there something about these coffees that just jumps out?
Absolutely. Well, what's washed? I love natural processed coffees, and I love distinct fruits.
Yep.
But on the other hand, I don't really like clarity in these coffees sometimes.
Yep.
And other way around, with washed ones, we have this amazing acidity and this amazing clarity, but sometimes wish to have a little bit more flavors.
That's right.
So as I said during my performance, I spent quite a bit of time with the winemakers just to see how they get more flavor during the processing. And washed carbonic maceration, what it does, it tends to give more flavors without attracting acidic acidity. And as you know, in natural processed coffee, sometimes we might have coffee that's finishing with like balsamic vinegar sometimes.
Yep.
And that's what's been encouraged by acidic acidity. So I wanted to have really nice, clean coffee that has distinct flavors, and obviously do it in a controlled condition. So producer can do that every time without, because I know what it's like for these guys. Sometimes they do 10 lots and they look after every lot, but out of these 10 lots, 3 or 4 are not very good.
Yep.
So there's a bit of lost money for them as well. And I wanted to think, how can we make it better for them as well, so when they are growing the specialty coffee, they can maximize their profits at the end of the day.
Wonderful.
And they can get more better coffees.
Can people go and visit you in Canberra, own a coffee and taste these coffees on the bar?
Absolutely. Well, Camilo sent obviously coffee from our Barista by freight.
Yep.
We have 15 bags coming in about 2 weeks.
Wonderful.
So it's going to be a pleasure to have all of you.
Put petrol on the bus. We'll get ready to come and visit you. Well, thank you so much for a great performance. We'll let you get along to some clean-up, and it was a pleasure to see you. Up next, we'll take nothing away from your, I guess,
Kelly.
your workmate.
You like Kelly?
And our next barista, Hugh Kelly, who's going to be out here performing. So, Sasha, thank you so much for
Thank you very much.
And in about 15 to 20 minutes...
Round of applause.
We will be back here again to see another up-and-comer on the national front in what is